So today we're talking about Chesapeake Energy, some revelations about the CEO's activities, co-investing in things with the company, borrowing money in ways that seem not to have been fully disclosed. But also this seems like, Chris, this extends beyond just the CEO to a question you've written about several times, which is just the impenetrability of the company as a whole, right?
There's something distressingly Enron-esque about this company. It is immensely complicated.
Right.
If you look at it's almost like an alphabet soup of complex financial organizations. You have joint ventures, you have...
Right. Many more than anybody else does.
Many more than anyone else does.
Right.
You have them selling gas into the future. The thing that alarms me most about this company is if you look at their hedging operations over the past 6 years, they've racked up $8.4 billion of profit.
On a trading basis, energy trading.
No, that's actually 4 times what they've made on actually selling gas.
Right.
Which is an inversion of the way you would imagine a gas producer. So what this looks like is a hedge fund that also drills for gas.
Well, the other problem, of course, is that they've stopped hedging, basically. As of February, they said they'd taken off all their hedges on gas, so that revenue is going to appear.
Well, but they've also talked about not just hedging to fix prices, but hedging more than trading.
We don't just hedge. Yeah, we don't just hedge to hedge. We hedge to make money.
Right. And we should say this is the kind of thing Enron used to do as its business. But when we talk about Enron, we're not saying there's any sign of fraud here, but this is just a question of the sheer complexity and the absence of cash flow and all that kind of thing.
There are a lot of other reminiscences. For instance, if you look at off-balance sheet, if you look at their company, it's much more heavily indebted than its peers. However, they've got all this other stuff that's off balance. They've got these
sort of extra debt, really.
Yeah, exactly. Production agreements. They've got other sorts of other sorts of debt that are counted off balance, like preferred stock, all these other things.
So the shares have taken a hit because of the CEO's problems, a little bit maybe because of the people are waking up a little bit to the company. But let's just go back to the CEO for a second. This is a guy very flamboyant, had all these extra investments, makes a ton of money out of them, but at various times has had problems. He had to post his wine collection as collateral on one occasion, right? I mean, is he the board is clearly on the back foot. Is he there to stay? Is he at risk at this point? What's that?
Over the years, he's made a series of governance gaffes. He's screwed over the shareholders on a number of occasions, from selling at a rather inflated price his art collection to the company and then being forced to buy it back. So there's a core of loyalists around this man, and as you say, he's very charismatic. But you just get the sense that there are more and more questions being asked. There have been a series of Reuters articles this week about some very dubious governance practices.
Right.
He's borrowed $1.1 billion from various business partners without actually keeping, as far as we can tell, the board fully informed.
Well, the problem, of course, the board said, yes, they knew all about this, and then a couple of days later they said, well, actually, we kind of knew about this, which suggests that they're distancing themselves from
Okay,
him.
we'll leave it there. This is a rolling story, and we'll be back with more breaking views next week.